Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down! They generate into something cool. We just got tired of doing what you told us to do. That's a brace, boy. Yeah, that's a brace, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. You think you can tell me what to do? Who you're talking to? Well, you better get used to the way the ball bounces. I see what you got, it measures in ounces. But that's a brace, boy. Yeah, that's a brace, little man. Break it down. Degeneration up. Degeneration. You think you're a big man? I'll treat you like you're a little man. Yo, tell me what it's like to be half a man. It must break your heart to see what I am, but that's a brace, boy. Yeah, that's a brace, little man. Break it down. Stretch here. Joe, bring me that mic.
Sure, anything, brother. Anything for you. There you go. You're stretching it out good.
It's tough. Welcome, bowling fans. We're here, week 10. This week in the draft league, I got caught off guard here. We're on a little early. I'm doing my pregame routine, stretching out the hamstrings, in order to keep up with the young guns on this tour. When you're 46, you need to stretch properly, Joe. And this is what I have to go through every week. We're on a little early. They caught me. Before I get to my two guys and my co-host who's back, I have to give a couple of shout-outs.
If I tried doing that, I wouldn't move till 8.
Joe, it takes a while to get this limber, okay? Shout-out number one, I'm sending a shout to the CWA, Communications Workers of America, the Verizon Union. The boys at the Verizon Union love us, Joe. We're huge over there. Special shout out to Kevin Kaz. What's up, Kaz? And Jimmy Spesh. Love you guys over there. Second shout out to my man Dan Buckley. Big fan. Danny's worried a little bit about interest rates right now. Danny's worried about interest rates right now, but he still likes the market. And last but not least, Staten Island Spirit. Sheila is my niece. She taught me how to do. Chloe, this stretch is a lot harder than it was. Couple of shout outs, a couple of intros, I should say. On camera one, hang on. On camera one,
This guy's loose, folks.
he's the Michael Phelps of the Maccabee Games. If bowling was a sport in the Maccabee Games, you're looking at a man that would win 10 gold medals, Matt Kaplowitz. Second, I gotta hurry this up. Second up, Tony Orlando, Dead Ringer, Mr. Perfect Game, Mr. Pokemon, Ken Soto. Last but not least, back from assignment, Brooklyn Zone, Staten Island Zone. So glad he's back. Joe Calandrillo. Joe Cal. Joe.
You want me to take the mic?
Take it.
Take it. You look like you're having a tough time there, but he's very limber, folks. As I said, looser than cream corn. So we're going to come over here to our special guest tonight, the one and only Tom Magrone. Tommy, welcome. Welcome. For those of you who don't know, Tom is also a fellow former Brooklyn bowler, now a Staten Island bowler. Tom is also a world traveler. This guy takes the best vacations. We're going to touch on that a little bit later. But right now, I'd like to say that before I start questioning Tom, while Joe loosens up back there, he's doing a great job getting loose. I was on special assignment last week, Joe, in Bismarck, North Dakota, home of the Raccoon National Cemetery. Joe, woo-woo, brother. So we are now live in Bismarck with the affiliate out there. I took care of that, so we're all good to go. Special assignment was great. It's good to be back. You can't get a connecting flight. You got to change planes in Chicago, and from Chicago right into Bismarck. So I couldn't get, straight flight. I had to connect. Ken, I think Joe's asking you a question. Wow, look at this guy. Look at this guy. It was total, it was about 5.5 hours. Yeah, it was good, Joe. Poor guy's straining over there. We better get to questioning our guest, Tom, or else Joe might blow some sort of gasket back there. I'm not sure. But anyway, people are walking by saying, what's up with this guy? He's bending like a pretzel back there. Anyway, Tom, our first question is, when did you start bowling? Approximately about what year, and who was it that got you interested into this lovely sport?
It was my father. My father got me into the sport. I was probably 5 or 6 years old, and it was back in Brooklyn. And, I just threw it underneath my legs, and I think I was better then, actually, But I just want to say one thing. I want to say that it's an honor to be bowling with such legends, such as yourself, Joey Stretch Bruno, Ken Orlando Soto, the Thundercrack Kid himself.
The Thundercrack Kid, Matty K, that's right.
Steve, always on time, Di Maria, and Ira PBA 50 Levy.
Oh, Ira, yeah.
It's just an honor. I didn't know if I should bowl with you guys, but it's a pleasure to be here with you guys.
Well, thanks, Tommy. You're always welcome. This is your home away from home, too. You know that. Yeah. So now my next question is going to cover the Brooklyn Staten Island thing again. Give us your favorite Brooklyn bowling memory and your favorite Staten Island bowling memory. Up to now, anyway. Up to now.
Up to now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I would say back in Mark Lanes, I bought this bowling ball called the Yellow Sunstorm, and that night I bowled 300 my first game with the ball, and I wound up bowling an 832. So that was probably my best night. Yeah. Yeah, that was when I, that was when I used to crank it, now I throw it straight.
Yeah, look at this guy. Still going back there.
It's very tough to get the tightness out.
Joe, we're only bowling 3 games tonight, right? Just so you know. We're only bowling 3 games tonight.
Only 3, he's still going.
And Staten Island.
Up to now,
Staten Island. I think I have to go back to when I made 3 Greek churches in one game, converted 3 of them in one game.
That's
Yeah,
That's quite an
3.
accomplishment, Tom.
Yeah, twice I went for the 10-pin, and the other time I said, I'm going to try something different, and decided to go for the 7.
Nice.
So, yeah, that was not so easy.
No.
But something was wrong with the curtain between you and I.
Oh, okay. All right. We're not going to touch on that.
But, yeah.
We're not going to touch on that. But the key is, Tom, as great a feat as it is to make 3 of those, the key is to not leave that many, as we know. But that's a great job.
The problem was back then I tried to hook it like Joe Bruno.
Oh, wow.
Because I wanted to show everybody.
Wow.
Let me show everybody how many boards I can swing.
There you go. There's only one Joe Bruno.
I saw Frank Wilkerson bowling. And he's averaging like 250 one year.
Right up the gut.
And I said, what am I doing?
Right.
Throw it straight.
Right.
Straight is great.
Straight is great, folks. Take it from 2 old school guys here. Straight is great. We don't have to bend it like Beckham, right, Joe Bruno? Okay, so now getting on the traveling question for my friend Tom. Tom, give me one city in Europe that if you had to pick a place to live and maybe open a bowling alley there, what city in Europe would you want to go to?
Probably I would pick Dublin.
Nice.
Because, yeah, they have good pubs there. Yep. And we would have a really nice pub in our bowling alley.
Nice.
That's what I could tell you.
Nice.
So, yeah. And everybody would have a great time, and everybody would be drunk, so they wouldn't know what's going on. So, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Dublin.
Dublin, nice.
Yes.
You know something, Joe? I think that's a great answer because there's a lot of golf courses out there, too. Maybe being drunk might help. That's it. Might help our golf in addition to helping our bowling being a little tipsy. Anyway, folks, it looks like Joe is done stretching. So now I'm going to bring in my co-host, Joe Bruno. It's good to be back. And before I turn it over to Joe, Red Barinello, Hall of Famer legend, thanks again for pinch hitting for me, brother. All right? Joe B., here you go.
Thank you, Joe. Hello, Tommy. How you doing? Real quick, happy birthday, Joe Cal.
Thank you, Max.
And happy birthday, Rocky Salemo. Same day?
This is the thing, folks. I love Rocky. Wait a minute. I love Rocky.
My mom keeps telling me I can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, sorry, Mrs. B. But Rocky and I shared the same birthday, November 11th. That was yesterday. But believe it or not, folks, I'm 1962. Rocky's 1963. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that I'm 1 year older than Rocky Salemo. Let's check the birth certificates on that. Check the records. That's all I'm saying. Rock, hope you had as great a birthday as I did.
One last happy birthday. My wife tomorrow. Happy birthday, Kristen. So Tommy and I are teammates for this 12, and Tommy is, he can't wait for it to be over.
Tommy's like, how many more weeks?
I guess he was sending me a message about trying to hook at too many boards. But hey,
Fake news.
hashtag fake news. Tommy is a school teacher. I hope I was allowed to bring this up. Was I?
Sure. Of course.
What grade?
Third.
Mr. Magrone, third grade. Mr. Magrone, third grade. Tremendous. And it's a lot of hard work, and we respect everything you do day in and day out. I don't know. I mean, I coach these kids in baseball and basketball, and it's a couple times a week. I don't know how you do it every day, but you do it. But while we're on the teaching subject, I had two questions that always baffled me. When you spell a lot, is it 2 words or 1?
A is one word. Lot is a second word.
Okay, all right. I'm going to write that down. No, a lot. I thought it was A-L-O-T, but it's not. And he's correct. The second one I had, Kenny and Matt, is canceled. Is it 1 L or 2? I see it both ways.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. I would have to say it's 2 L's.
There we go.
I looked it up. It's accepted in both. 1 L in the U.S. and Great Britain uses 2 L's. But I see it. I want to correct the person. I'm not the grammar guy on social media. But when I see it, it just bothers me when I see it with 1. I'm a 2 guy. So maybe in my past life, you know, I was with William Wallace in Scotland or something. I don't know. It had to be. Not a trick question, but curious. You have 12 fish. 6 drown. How many do you have left?
You have 12 fish, 6 drown. How many do you have left? I'd have to say 12.
That's why he's a teacher, because fish don't drown. Are you following? I mean, tremendous stuff. Last question. What is a typical Saturday night for Tom Magrone?
Oh, that's a tough one. Oh, yes. I would say going out to dinner, probably. Yeah, you know, nice Italian restaurant, you know, have a little bit of vino. As a matter of fact, I have a question for you. What is your favorite restaurant on Staten Island?
That's a terrific question, and I'm glad that you're looking to get to the bottom of today's greatest athletes and hosts. My favorite Staten Island, my favorite restaurant, I'm going to keep it on Staten Island. I like La Strada on New Up Lane a lot. And I do like Japanese food. I'm a big Japanese fan, and so it's either or there. But if I was to go tonight, I would say let's go to La Strada. Anything else besides Italian for you?
I'm sorry.
Anything else besides Italian food for you? The second choice.
Italian food is my favorite. Probably American second.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good steak and potatoes guy.
Yeah, you know what we like about Tommy Magrone? Is when he goes on vacation, I feel like I'm also on vacation with him. When he's in Europe and me and Joe text each other, you see where Tommy is today? And we loved it. We love the scenery. We love it. And I got to tell you, you saved us thousands of dollars through social media, Tom. And I love that a lot. And guess what? I'm going to see you out there in a little while. And I hope you drink some vino tonight because I shot 144 last week for those of you at home. And those of you on the radio simulcast, maybe you didn't hear that. I shot 144 last week, coupled with two 220s. Maybe it was. Was it 220, 140, 220? Yeah. Tommy, thank you, Tommy. We love you. Underrated, by the way, Mr. Underrated. Joe, we got to get out there. So it's Lowe's Bowler of the Week. Tom, you can hang on 2 more seconds. Oh, Country Pro Shop, Gennaro's Pizza, our Lowe's Bowler of the Week. We're going to open it up right now, folks. I know the tension is building. It happens every week. It never gets old. It never gets old. Rob Tierney won last week. He's looking not to go 2 for 2. Jimmy Barati, congratulations, Jim. 149, 171, 162, 482. Jim, guess what? You won. Gift certificate coming your way. Congrats. Let's only do that once now, Jim. Everybody can go once, but when you start going twice, it gets ugly. I'm going to let my boy Joe sign off.
Sign off. Folks, we're going to go out there and hit the lanes for week 10. Again, thanks to Tommy. You were a great guest, as always. Very straightforward and to the point. Next week, roll out the red carpet. Get the trumpets ready. Start blaring those horns. The white horses. Everybody, royalty on the interview. Our first original cameraman, who now fills in for us every now and again when he's still not late from work or has to eat, Tony the Hound Dog Everett, is our guest. So he's the first guy from the crew to be a guest. It's going to be great. You won't want to miss it. Folks, we'll see you next week. Have a great week. Thanks again. Good night.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good dog.